Casualties are rising to a scale not seen before.
Many of them killed by snipers.
I got the target on my...
My story with Bosnia begins a few months back when I decided to quit my marketing job in Silicon Valley. I wanted to pursue my lifelong dream of becoming a traveling filmmaker. I made my first film earlier this year about my experience living in Serbia. I learned a lot about the Balkans region and the breakup of former Yugoslavia nation. I became invested and curious to learn more about other countries, like Bosnia. So as I packed my bag and began my new journey as a traveling filmmaker, Bosnia would be my first destination for my next story. Bosnia and Herzegovina is located in Eastern Europe. The history of this country has been a roller coaster ride, with several invasions and conflicts. It's been a place where cultures of powerful European and Asian countries intertwine. Bosnia is common home of 3 religions. They all coexist with a population of 3.4 million people. The people are warm, friendly, and eager to move forward, but are hampered by memories of a troubled past. The economic situation is improving, but capitalism hasn't taken off yet. The unemployment rate is at 39%, and for young people, it's at 57%. But regardless of the economic instability, it's one of the safest countries in the world. If you look at the 2017 Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Report, Bosnia is ranked right behind Italy and beating America and United Kingdom in safety risks. And that has a lot to do with the integrity of people here. A good friend of mine, Uglesha, invited me to go visit his hometown. It's called Kravica. I stayed with their family and met his brother George, his mother Rada, and his father Slaviša. They live on a farm where they grow their own produce, like these tomatoes.
Name for this tomato is the heart of the beef.
Heart of the beef.
Where's the pig babies? Their dad, Slaviša, is a hardworking man. He's always working on a new project. Their mom, Rada, is an excellent cook. Every day she would cook something from scratch for us. She was also in charge of providing breakfast and lunch to the children in school.
Zašto želiš ovo da radiš?
Prvo što volim ovo da radim, a drugo što pokušavam da zaradim nekakvu platu, da omogućim za penziju, da omogućim uslove.
Šta te motiviše svaki dan da nastaviš da radiš ovo?
Djeca. Jer druge motivacije nema, a s obzirom da je mala zarada, njihov osmijeh, to je najljepše.
Georgette was my tour guide around the village. We would go explore the countryside, and he would tell me about his favorite memories growing up. You definitely get a sense of the quality of life is great and easygoing, but his biggest disappointment is the limited amount of career opportunities. He also introduced me to all his friends around the village. I was curious to learn about their perspective of Bosnia and what they plan for the future.
Sve je okej, samo nema posla tu. Nezaposleno bilo, nema posla.
Young people can find a job. Ali se vidiš ovdje u budućnosti da ovdje nastaviš da živiš ili možda negdje odeš?
Pa gusto znam.
What's your name? Huh?
Nikola.
Nikola. How old are you?
Koliko imaš godina?
11.
11? What do you want to do when you grow up?
Da budem policajac.
Where do you want to travel? Serbia?
Njemačka? Germany?
Zato i napun.
Da li vidiš sebe da živiš ovdje u Bosni? Ne. Sebe da živiš ovdje? Pa da. Čime vole da se baviš? Pa, bitno bi bilo da ima samo posao, sigurno.
My next stop was Mostar. Mostar is the third largest city, and it's located in the Herzegovina region of Bosnia. This beautiful town has become famous for the diving competition of the Stari Most, a 16th century Ottoman bridge that goes over the Neretva River. It stood for over 400 years until it was destroyed in 1993 during the Croat-Bosniak War. It was rebuilt again in 2004. The bridge is home to 2 annual diving competitions. The first one dates back to 15th century. The second one is hosted by Red Bull in the World Series Cliff Diving Tour, and it invites the best divers around the world to jump from this historical bridge. You can also do day trips to some pretty amazing places within an hour from Mostar. Sarajevo is the capital of Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's where East meets West, where Ottoman, Austro-Hungarian, and Yugoslavian collide. It's been called the Jerusalem of Europe. The skyline view is full of mosque domes and cathedrals. It's all surrounded by green steep mountains. The 1970s high-rise buildings is also a reminder of Bosnia's communist past. Despite the city's transformation and extensive rebuilding over the past 20 years, the bullet holes and bald buildings are still everywhere in the city. Sarajevo resembles a living memorial and tribute to the war victims of the 90s. While I was in Sarajevo, I stayed at the Doctor's House, a hostel that is run by an American named Kat.
I think what I like most about Sarajevo is the way that it has the nature as well as the city. So like in town you have this cultural center, you've got a bar raging every single night of the week, but then if you want to escape that, within 20 minutes you can be up in nature. Our guests have seen wild bears, like it's absolute pure nature.
What's something that you hope, travelers take away from here?
People are always coming looking for different things, but a lot of times they come just trying to sniff around for the war stuff. They want these terrible stories and this horror and everything because they want to catch something out of that. And what I hope they walk away with is anything but that they come and they see the peace of the nature and the overpowering spirit of the people, that even though these terrible things happened, they're still laughing with their friends.
The biggest issue today, though, in Sarajevo is the unemployment rate, especially with the educated young. More than half of them are unemployed in the city.
What do you do nowadays?
Nowadays, I go to college.
Okay.
I'm late almost, so I'm doing you a favor.
Thank you. What are you studying?
I'm studying architecture.
So after you graduate, what are your plans?
Finding a job here isn't that easy. So I did have a few nights that I was crying where I was like, am I going to do anything? Is anything going to happen? So I did have some ideas like going away, and that maybe that would be like a solution.
As far as like Bosnia's future, are you optimistic?
Depends on what kind of areas, but overall I could say that I am optimistic. Sadly, this country does have a lot of stereotypes, and I think that bringing in like tourists and new people who would actually study here and live here full time, it will definitely change the flow of the culture and the whole country. They would be more accepting, and probably things would change and come to better.
I wanted to stay here and build my career here most of my life. The decision to actually move was relatively recent. I'm not saying it's impossible to build a career here. I know that like most of the people here would be way more successful if they move.
Right now I'm studying mechanical engineering and I'm working at a hostel.
as far as the future for Bosnia, are you optimistic?
I am optimistic because, at least from the side of tourism, we have something special we do, and we're getting more recognition, which will in turn create more jobs, more opportunities for everyone. Yes, our government is pretty corrupted, but we'll find a way.
Banja Luka is the second largest city in Bosnia and the capital of the Republika Srpska. The city has a relaxed and laid-back vibe. The town is surrounded by green hills and there's a river that flows through the city. A good friend of mine invited me to attend a soccer match between Borac versus Sarajevo. It was a good game, but the real show were the fans and the audience. I happened to be in Banja Luka where there was a corrida, an ancient tradition of bullfights. These bulls are brought in by locals, and everyone has the opportunity to bet on who they think is going to win. The event was also full of traditional music, food stands, and alcohol. Aeon Production is an animation studio here in Banja Luka. I met the owners Mladen and Alexander at the Sarajevo Film Festival, and they invited me to work from their studio. Their portfolio includes short films, animations, art experiences, and their newest venture, children's literature. I was amazed by the talented team, especially with the young people pursuing animation as their career. They solve problems with creativity and make the most out of their resources.
As far as the future, do you see yourself staying here doing animation, or do you want to go somewhere else?
Well, sure, I would like to travel. I would like to experience some big studios, to work in a big team actually. But my true wish is to stay here, to make something here. We are really a nice country. I don't know why they're all running away. The cities are not big as jungles somewhere, I don't know, but they have a soul and people. There's still good people here.
Play a song. The people of Bosnia have so much potential to do incredible things and change the world. But unfortunately, their complicated politics and limited economy is the biggest setback. Bosnia is a beautiful, complex country, but it's a country at a crossroads with its crazy history and uncertain future. There's no magic wand to fix it all, but you can help shape the future by coming to visit and support their local economy. Come for yourself and see what I experienced firsthand, and discover the beauty not just in the culture and the landscapes, but the beauty inside the people.